Hello viewers, you welcome to another news hour on Jamano Media and Products. We first begin with our headlines. 13 State House drivers terminated. Manding Network rejects claim it plans to harm journalist Panderi Toure. Transport Union raises concern over road safety. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. The Standard has reliably learned that about 13 State House drivers have had their contracts terminated. A tease letter from the Personnel Management Office informed the affected drivers that the Public Service Commissioner has granted approval for the termination of their contracts effective January 31st, 2022. The PMO letter signed by F. Khan for the Permanent Secretary seen by the Standard gave no further details. However, Mansa Sumare, a former chief driver at State House, revealed that these drivers were among the volunteers who were serving then President-elect Adama Barrow in various capacities, including security before and during the political impasse. Mr. Sumare expressed disappointment over their sacking, stressing that this is not what they expect from President Adama Barrow and his government. These people have sacrificed their lives for President Adama Barrow since 2016, and some of them, before becoming drivers, were securing the lives of Barrow and his family. In 2017, these people, including himself, were appointed on contract basis for 3 years, he said. According to him, when their first 3-year contract elapsed, 2 more years were added. Since those 2 years were elapsed 4 months ago, they have not been receiving salaries and per diem because they are always told that their names are not in the system. So this meant that all the struggle and sacrifice they have made since 2016 to date have gone in vain, he added. He wants to tell President Adama Barrow to reflect his mind back to the people with whom he fought since 2016. Let him not allow anybody to use him against the people he struggled with. There are a lot of people in his government who should be sacked instead of the innocent drivers, Mansa said. He called on President Adama Barrow and his government to immediately reinstate the drivers. When contacted for comments, Ibrahim Tunkara, one of the sacked drivers, said he got his letter last week, Tuesday, but there was no reason advanced. The full list of the drivers affected are Musa Sise, Lamin Fati, Lamin Gom, Sambu Toure, Ibrahim Tunkara, Moro Suane, Sule Baro, Ibrahim Sonko, Aziz Diallo, Lamin Cham, Sirif Sise, Fode B. Sise, and Lassana Mane. The chairman of the Manding Network, Serigne Bojang, has rubbish reports on social media that its members, Bakari Trawale and Kingsport, offered huge amount of dollars to anyone who volunteers to harm Star FM journalist Panderi Toure or member of his family. Mr. Toure was recently accused by the opposition United Democratic Party leader, Honorable Usainu Dabo, of hating Mandinkas, a comment Gambia Press Union condemned as attack on the press. In a write-up shared with the Standard, the Manding Network chairman, Serigne Bojang, said the claims are false and nonsensical, and no one else should even give it attention. Manding Network has no business whatsoever with any journalist, and more especially Kingsport and Bakari Trawale have very little time to respond to such idle talk on social media. They challenge any news outlet or social media platform to come with evidence where such a claim is made, he said. People who talk to the media under false names of platforms only spew hate against people and tribes such as those behind the sports news themselves. Independent news must stop the bad practices and life to decent life. People who talk to the media under false names of platforms only spew hatred against people and tribes, such as those who behind the post calling themselves independent news, must stop the bad practice and live a decent life, Mr. Bojang said. The Gambia Transport Union has issued a statement raising serious concern about the current spate of traffic accidents. The country has been experiencing deadly accidents, claiming dozens of lives in the last few months alone. In a statement shared with the Standard, the Gambia Transport Union said, "It is of great concern to the union regarding the increasing number of road accidents in our dear motherland, and it is time we come out and address the issue. They need to take drastic steps towards addressing it. First and foremost is to review their Motor Traffic Act and the Insurance Act, because these laws have existed since colonial days. They have many vehicles on our roads today, and almost all of them are with the insurance covers for both passenger vehicles and goods. But it is very unfortunate that many victims are not benefiting from the insurance compensation. Many insurance companies are not fulfilling their mandate, as it is mandatory insurance for all vehicles to be insured before using our roads. It should also be mandatory compensation to the accidents and victims. They are urgently calling on the Central Bank of the Gambia as the regulatory authority to assess insurance companies and their claims. If one goes to the Edward Francis Mortigan Hospital, you will see how road accident victims are faring without receiving any compensation from insurance companies. Many people lost their lives in road accidents, and their families never receive any compensation from insurance companies. Many people in our homes were permanent injuries, and they have never received any compensation from any insurance company. Therefore, one may ask, what is the essence of insurance? Many insurance companies should be scrutinized in order to check their ways of operation. They are urgently calling on the Gambia Police Force not to enforce insurance on our roads, because many Gambians are not benefiting from insurance covers. They are also urgently calling on the Commissioner of Insurance to strictly monitor the operation of insurance companies. The Central Bank of the Gambia, Minister of Interior and Minister of Transport, the Gambia Police Force, the National Assembly, and the GCCPC to step in so that they will have a level to play in the ground for everyone. Their new slogan is "No settlement for claims, no payment of premium." Those were the stories for today's newscast. But before we take a leave, let's take a recap on our top stories. 13 State House drivers terminated. Manding Network rejects claim to plans to harm a journalist, Panderi Toure. Transport Union raises concern over road safety. Those were the headlines for today's newscast. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria Magillen. Do have a nice day.